What's up, everybody? How you doing? It's the big dog named Austin back at you again. The Colts win. The Colts beat the Broncos 29-28. Wow, what a game. The Indianapolis Colts, man, I didn't think that they were going to get it done. Bo Nix had 3 first-half touchdowns. He was slicing and dicing the Colts defense, but the Colts defense got it together, and they only allowed 7 second-half points. Bo Nix finished the game 22 of 30 with 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, 206 yards. Cam Bynum came away with another interception and had a pretty awesome celebration with Blue, I might add. But the defense, they came to play in the second half. Not so much the first half, but the second half, they got stops. They did what they needed to do. They forced a field goal attempt, which ended up being a missed field goal. Colts then got the ball, went down the field, game-winning field goal. I'll get into that here in a second. But that missed field goal by Will Lutz was huge. Bounced off the upright, and that just gave all the momentum to the Colts. J.K. Dobbins finished with 14 carries, 89 yards, 1 touchdown. I thought he had a solid game on the ground. He was gashing us. Troy Franklin leading the way for the receivers of the Broncos. 8 receptions, 89 yards, 1 touchdown. He had himself a pretty good game. But it wasn't good enough. The Colts come away with the come-from-behind win. The Colts, they were back and forth with the Broncos. Daniel Jones, 107 QBR, 23 of 34, 316 yards, 1 passing touchdown, 1 rushing touchdown. He got into the end zone, another quarterback sneak. Jonathan freaking Taylor. I'm wearing his jersey right now, deservedly so. 25 carries, 165 yards. He found his way into the end zone on a reception, but not on the ground. 2 catches for 50 yards. So Jonathan Taylor had over 200 yards on offense for the Colts today. Absolutely. I said in my breakdown video that he was going to have a big game, and he had a hell of a game. Jonathan Taylor was huge for the Indianapolis Colts. Kyler Warren, 4 catches, 79 yards. He led the way. He didn't get in the end zone, but he had some big catches down the stretch for us to get us some key first downs. But I think the hero of the game, Spencer Shrader. He went 5 for 5 on field goals, 29 yards, 33, 36, 28, and then he attempted one from 60 yards to win the game. Missed it. But there was a leverage penalty called on the defensive line on the block attempt by the Denver Broncos, so it gave the Colts an extra 45 yards. Spencer Shrader was then able to nail that one through. Colts win, move to 2-0 for the first time since 2009. That is a very long time. Peyton Manning was our quarterback back then. The Sheriff, the GOAT, he was our quarterback. He was slinging it. There wasn't a thought in the world that he would ever play for another team. 2-0 Indianapolis Colts. The Jaguars lost today. The Titans lost today. The Texans play tomorrow night. Hope the Texans lose. But my thoughts on the game, I thought the Colts, they played well. I love the way they played on special teams, kicking-wise. I think their coverage could be a little bit better. The kickoff coverage could be a little bit better. Maybe the longer returns are a normal thing, but it seems like every Broncos possession started at the 35, and that's where they would return the ball. I'm nitpicking a little bit. The defense got sliced and diced. Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. The first half, Bo Nix, 3 touchdowns. I thought he was going to throw for 6 touchdowns. It felt like he was going to throw for 6 touchdowns in this game. But I got to give the Colts credit. The defense stepped up in the second half, only allowing 7 points, forcing a turnover, forcing a missed field goal, which, like I said, turned out to be huge because the Colts then only needed a field goal to win instead of a touchdown. And something I want to go into was the play calling toward the end of attempting that 60-yard field goal. Let's be honest. Okay, it was the correct call. Is it a good penalty in the NFL? The last time the Colts were aided by something like that was in 2003. You might remember Colts-Bucks. come from behind Monday Night Football, leaping, right? That was the last time the Colts had a personal foul called on a field goal attempt that they had missed, and then subsequently kicked the game-winning field goal. But like I said, let's be honest. That you get down into that area, and I'm thinking this whole time, oh, we're getting ready to trot Spencer Shrader out for a 57-yard field goal. That's a long field goal. Jonathan Taylor ended up losing a couple of yards, ended up being a 60-yard field goal. I just thought the play calling after that first down to Alec Pierce was a lot conservative. I thought the Colts should have pushed the ball down a little on the field a little bit more, because what if you don't get that penalty? Then the end of the game is just Spencer Shrader missing a 60-yard field goal. You didn't give your kicker any help when you were calling that last series. I just thought that you should have tried to get closer to the field, as close to the field goal as you can. And you're just handing the ball off to Jonathan Taylor, and the Broncos are just stacking the box. Like, they know what's coming. Throw a screen pass to Tyler Warren. See what he can do with it. That's an almost guaranteed completion. It gets gets the defense kind of spread out. You have opportunities to block down the field, and you get down the field, and you might be able to pick up 10, 15 yards, which 10, 15 yards obviously showed that it was huge for Spencer Shrader. But that's just my thoughts. And I'm sure there's going to be some local media talking about that tomorrow, because it could have ultimately lost us the game. Had there not been a personal foul, he just misses that field goal. That personal foul, let's be honest, had nothing to do with the field goal kick itself. He still missed the kick, right? But you get bailed out by that penalty, which was the right call. You get bailed out by it. But I can't help the thought of just those last few play calls were just run, and I just thought we could have mixed in a couple passes. Like Daniel Jones, the entire game had been taking care of the ball. He hadn't turned it over. He's been smart with it the entire time. 23 of 34. That goes to show. That right there goes to show that he has been taking care of the ball. He's been smart with the ball. I think you put it in his hands and you try to get 10, 15 yards out of it. You try to get closer to the field goal and make it an easier field goal for Spencer Shrader. But that's not what they elected to do. They elected to trot him out there for 60 yards. Maybe the kid's got a leg. He had the distance. He just wide right, bailed out by the penalty. Rest is history. But Colts got a huge win this game. This win over the Denver Broncos will prove pivotal in the standings later on in the season. It will. I have a lot of confidence now after this win against the Denver Broncos that the Colts are going to make the playoffs. That is my hot take of the day. Colts make the playoffs in 2025. That is all I've got. The Colts are victorious. They beat the Broncos 29-28 on a Spencer Shrader 45-yard field goal. I'm the big dog named Austin. Go Colts!